Hello everyone, I'm Paul and today we're solving problem 3330. Find the original type string 1. This is easy and we can solve this in linear time in only one pass. So here I will show you my thought process, intuition, approach and efficient solution. There's someone named Alice who is trying to type a string on a computer and she may press a key for too long, resulting in a character being typed multiple times. Now here we have a little helper, and is that this can happen at most once, meaning she can press a key for too long only once. So we're given a string word, and this is the string that Alice typed, and we need to return the number of possible original strings that Alice might have intended to type. So let's say we get this string. Here the repeated characters are A and B. And we know that Alice may have pressed a key for too long only once. So maybe she pressed the B for too long and she was trying to type A, B. Or maybe she was trying to type A, V, or maybe she pressed A for too long and she was trying to type A, B, or maybe she was trying to type A, B, or maybe she was in fact trying to type this original string. So here we have 5 different possibilities, so we need to return 5. Remember, this is very important. She may press a key for too long, at most once. So given this input, for example, the string AB is not valid. Now let's see what's the pattern here. We can remove 1B, for example, to get this. We can remove 2Bs to get this. We can't remove this. We need at least 1B. We can remove this to get this, and we can remove this and this to get this. And remember, we can't remove this. And if we remove any of these characters, we get a new string, meaning a new possibility. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities, and we need to add the possibility for the original string. Maybe Alice was trying to type this exact string. So the strategy is simple. We'll iterate this from left to right from index 1. And every time we will check if the current character equals the previous character, we will add 1 to our variable. We will call this R for repeated. So this is currently 1. Now we update the I pointer. Now we are here and we check if this character equals the previous, and they are equal, so we add another 1 to this count. So repeated is now 2. Now the I pointer is here and we are comparing A and B. And every time we find different characters, we can add to the result the current count of repeated characters. So we add to the result 2. And after doing this, we need to reset the count of repeated characters to 0. Now the I pointer is here, so we need to add 1 to repeated. This is now 1. Finally, the I pointer is here, so we add another 1 here. This is 2. So finally, we need to return this value plus the current amount of repeated characters, because we need to consider these last characters. So we do 2 plus 2 plus 1 for the original string. We need to include this original string also. So this is 5, so we return this. So just to be clear, these are repeated characters while we were iterating this. So this and this. This 2 is for the last repeated characters, meaning this last B's, and this 1 is only for the original string, meaning this entire string. So there are 5 possible strings that Alice might have intended to type. Time complexity for this approach will be big O of n, and space complexity will be big O of 1. So now let's go with the code, and hopefully you will get the idea. First, n equals the length of the word, result is 0, and the count for repeated characters is initially 0. And finally we will return result plus the final count of repeated characters plus 1. Here in between we'll say for I in range from 1 up to n, if the current character, meaning word at I, equals the previous character, meaning word at I minus 1, we need to add 1 to the count of repeated characters, so r plus equal 1. Else, we can add to the result the current count and we reset this count to 0. So this is it for the code. Now let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient, so if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.